epic. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce our next guest. I'm going to bring up Jan, and she's going to take over the broadcast, and she's going to share some very great in-depth information. Let's bring Jan to the conference right now. There you go. How are you?
Hi, Jane Velez-Mitchell here. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
And I'm here.
Thanks for joining us today. And the floor is all. That's a cute dog.
Yes, this is little Rico, and I brought little Rico on because everything that we do with BeLive is to make the world a better place for all Earthlings, which includes animals. And so we are so thrilled to be able to have this technology to be able to do interviews. I do interviews around the world now with people in Europe, in other states in the United States, where they're trying to stop a bear hunt, where they're advocating and protesting against factory farming. And I also talk to that snarky vegan girl. And hopefully I can just interview her the way I always do. I'm wondering if we can get Snarky on, and we're going to get a guest going right here. There's Snarky vegan girl. Hi, Snark.
Hi.
So I'm able to talk to other activists. Donna Dennison is an activist for the vegan lifestyle. We are all about veganism, janeunchained.com. And what I do is I talk to people around the world about how we can use this platform to fight climate change, fight global warming, make the world a better place for animals. And Donna, I think you should shut the door because I'm hearing you.
Okay, hold on.
All right. So who's the host here? I know I'm the host, but am I talking to anybody who's from BeLive? Because I think your technology is absolutely brilliant. We have done a lot of interviews with people around the world using BeLive. I'm a journalist with 38 years of experience in mainstream media. And what I decided to do was use my social media following to reach people about issues that the mainstream media is not talking to them about. You do not hear on the mainstream media about the impact of animal agriculture on climate change, even though right now there's fires destroying huge swaths of California due to climate change. Hurricanes are hitting Florida, hitting Texas, devastating Puerto Rico. Nobody's talking about why. And it's because animal agriculture is devastating our planet. You know, we kill 66 billion animals every year on this planet for food. And that means we have to destroy huge swaths of forest to create basically farmland so we can grow all the crops to feed all those animals. So that is really a leading cause of habitat destruction, wildlife extinction. It's contributing to world hunger because all that food that's going to animals is not going directly to starving children. And these are the kinds of issues we're able to bring up on BeLive.tv by talking to other experts around the world, when we wouldn't be able to do that without this technology. I'd have to either be there with them, or I'd have to do some kind of Skype interview, which would not be the kind of interview setting that we have here, where it looks like we're doing a regular television broadcast. What do you think, Donna?
I think it's great technology. It is so awesome to connect people from all over the world. Jane does interviews like every other day, if not more, using BeLive, and she reaches a lot of people by using it. So I think it's awesome technology. It's changing the way we're able to communicate and to get our message out, and it's just awesome.
So what I'd like to say is that, you know, when the mainstream media isn't telling a story and ignoring an issue that's very important, now we, as Americans, as citizens of the world, have tools like BeLive TV to do an end run around the mainstream media blackout and get directly to people. Now, you might ask yourself, well, if this is true, if animal agriculture, factory farming is not only torturing billions of animals, it's not only ruining our health, you know, processed meat is now officially cancer causing, according to the World Health Organization. Red meat likely cancer causing. Heart disease, America's leading killer, is caused by cholesterol, which is only in animal products, clogging the arteries to the heart. So it's bad for us. It's terrible for the environment. It's contributing to human world hunger. and it's torturing billions of animals. Why isn't the mainstream media talking about it? Look at the advertisers, meat, dairy, pharmaceuticals. So we were voiceless. We were absolutely voiceless until social media came along. And this has been a blessing. And we're also able to do a daily vegan cooking show. And sometimes we incorporate BeLive into our daily vegan cooking show. So what I'm showing you are photographs of protesters for the various protests we cover. And what we do is we interview people who are protesting, who are trying to get the word out about factory farming and how hideous it is and how disgusting it is. Last night, I was with Moby, who is a superstar. He's a musician and a DJ and a songwriter and an animal activist. And we were at a pig vigil in downtown Los Angeles. And we were giving comfort and giving water to pigs that are bound for slaughter. And this is something that is, absolutely compelling and heartbreaking. Do you think any local media or national media was there? We do it every Sunday. We've been doing it for over a year. The media knows that we do it, and they just will not cover it. I'll give you another example. Up in San Francisco, more than 1,000 animal activists who are advocating for a peaceful, plant-based diet went into the San Francisco Ferry Building, which is a massive building, and did a die-in. All the media was informed. Do you think anybody from the media came and covered it? No. There is a mainstream media blackout on animal rights because of the advertisers. And thank God for technology like BeLive that allows us to bring these stories directly to people. Right, Donna?
Right.
So Donna is mostly on Instagram. She does That Snarky Vegan Girl. I do
and
a
Facebook.
lot on Facebook. Yeah, you're on Facebook as well. But it's one thing being on Facebook, and we love Facebook Live, but this adds another dimension to it because while we do go live a lot of times at protests and visuals like the one last night at the pig slaughterhouse, there are people I want to talk to, leaders in this movement that I can now talk to. They're in Washington, D.C. I'm here in Los Angeles, and I can talk to them. Now, it just so happens that Snarky Vegan Girl is right in the same building downstairs. So that's why I could hear her. But I could talk to somebody, on the other side of the planet. And that's what's so fantastic about BeLive TV.
And you've done it before where you've shown protests in another state through BeLive, through somebody else on the other end. And it's worked out beautifully. So, more people see the activists that are at work. And I think that's really, really important to get it out there and to let the world see what people are doing and how they're fighting for some justice.
Yeah. And here's the thing. These animals cannot speak for themselves. They are sentient. They feel pain. They feel loneliness. They feel suffering. They feel anguish. But they can't say, help me. So we're using technology like BeLive.tv to speak for them. And not just to speak for them, but to speak to people who are, suffering. And who are actually brainwashed into eating a product that's terrible for them. And Donna, you do a lot talking to people about how really the key to health is to go to a plant-based diet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do a lot of promoting of veganism through food, and to show that it's certainly not boring food to be a vegan. I am by no means starving. And I am by no means bored by what I eat. And I enjoy showing the world the foods that I eat and the restaurants that are available to go to and the variety that's available. And I do that a lot all through social media, through Facebook, through Instagram, through videos, because it's an old myth that being a vegan is boring in terms of the food choices, especially nowadays. I mean, it's just, there are so many choices out there. The cheeses are delicious now. The different varieties of alternative plant-based milks. There's a new product every day, and the restaurants are popping up. And it's really difficult to actually go to any restaurant, mainstream restaurant now, and not have a vegan option on the menu. So it's super easy, and I like to show that through social media because I'm able to reach far more people that way. And the technology is just getting better and better, like BeLive, which I think has been around now for a year. Is it a year?
Yeah, I mean, it's
a year. We've been using it for a year.
Yeah, we've been using it for about a year, and we love it. And by the way, if you want to get more information on our lifestyle and how we really advocate a peaceful diet that's good for us, it's good for the planet, it's good for animals, go to janeunchained.com. And we have many, many stories there and videos, and they're all live. So it's not a question of, we're editing. Everything we show you is live. When you see this pig vigil from last night, you'll see that you can judge for yourself whether it's horrific and immoral or not. You can see the pigs, you can make eye contact with them, and I got to tell you that anybody who looks at that video and who looks a pig in the eye as it's going to go be slaughtered and then thinks that it's okay to eat bacon, I just don't understand. I don't understand you, and I don't understand your mentality. And, you know, so many people, when they've seen these videos that we broadcast live, they text me and they email me and they instant message me and they say, I've changed my lifestyle. I want to save myself. I want to save the planet, and I want to save these animals. And it's the 21st century. There are plenty of options. But once again, I just want to compliment BeLive.tv for offering this technology. I was a TV host for many years, but you know, you're sort of a puppet. You can't decide for yourself what you're going to talk about. The great thing about BeLive TV is that I can talk about what I want to talk about. And I want to talk about this most important subject that is being ignored by mainstream media. People who call themselves environmentalists. I mean, the first thing you should do is switch to a plant-based diet. Animal agriculture causes more methane. It is a bigger contributor to greenhouse gases than all transportation combined. That's a really inconvenient truth that Al Gore, for example, fails to mention. And why do people fail to mention it? Why does the New York Times fail to mention it? Well, because the people who are running the organizations eat meat and they don't want to have to change their habits. That's the reason why doctors were promoting cigarettes back in the 50s and 60s. They wanted to smoke and they didn't want to have to change their habits. So let's tell everybody it's okay to smoke. But we are really appreciative that BeLive.tv is here, allowing us to spread the word about the most important subject right now. What's in the news? Healthcare. If people switch to a plant-based diet, heart disease, America's leading killer, would plummet. We could afford any healthcare system we want. Nobody wants to talk about that. Every time I do a TV interview and I try to bring up the subject of actual health, I'm cut off. No. We want to talk about deductibles and single payer and Trump and Obama. No, let's talk about health for a minute. Let's talk about the fact that the leading killers in America are all preventable or reversible with dietary changes. And this is something that we can talk about on BeLive TV that I can't talk about on mainstream TV. Is that our super host, Jeff? Well, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity. I'm somebody who will keep talking until I'm silent. So tell me to be quiet.
And I just want to say really quickly, if anybody's looking for some ideas about plant-based food, you can check me out. My handle is That Snarky Vegan Girl, and you'll see some delicious food.
It was fun being here. Thank you.